She said she needed a solo mental health weekend. I said, "Your health comes first." Then I saw a $785 charge on our shared credit card for a couple's romantic getaway. I didn't argue. I didn't call. I just changed the locks. My girlfriend of 4 years, Emily, told me she needed a weekend away by herself for her mental health. I looked at her, saw the supposed strain in her eyes, and told her to take all the time she needed. Her health, I said, came first. The lie was so perfectly tailored for our times, so thoughtful, so completely immune to questioning. The truth, however, appeared 2 hours later as a notification from our credit card company. The charge was $785 for a lover's weekend package at a luxury spa resort 2 states over. For the last 6 months, our life had revolved around Emily's stress. She was overwhelmed at work, drained by her friends, and touched out by life in general. I stepped up as the supportive partner. I did more chores, grocery shopping, cooked dinner, and became an expert in calming baths and shoulder rubs. Our life became a project, managing Emily's fragile state of mind. I didn't mind at first. I believed in partnership. When one person struggles, the other steps up. That's how it should be. But something didn't add up. For someone supposedly drained, she had energy for late-night texting sessions that made her smile and for impromptu happy hours with her new work friend, Greg. When I asked gently, she said these were her only outlets. The few things keeping her sane. I felt guilty for even questioning it. So when she sat me down last Tuesday, her face weary and voice soft, and told me she needed to unplug completely for a weekend, no phone, no contact, I didn't hesitate. I told her I was proud of her. She vaguely described a rustic cabin retreat in the mountains, somewhere she could turn off her phone and find her center. I agreed to everything, helped her with directions. I felt like a good boyfriend. Then 2 hours later, a fraud alert popped up. I opened the app, ready to report a stolen card. But there it was, Whispering Pines Spa and Resort, couple's romantic getaway package. Champagne, strawberries, couple's massage, hot springs. This wasn't a solo retreat. It was a romantic escape. There was no anger, just cold clarity. Everything made sense, the late-night texts, the strange energy, the disconnect. I didn't call. I didn't break her no-contact rule. I honored it, with religious devotion. She wanted peace and no distractions. She'd get exactly that. I closed my laptop. My own mental health weekend had begun. But mine was about recovery from her. Friday morning, I played the part, supportive, slightly sad boyfriend. I made her coffee, helped her pack, hugged her. "Take care of yourself," I said. "Your health comes first." She kissed me. "Thank you for understanding. I love you." I watched her car disappear. Then I called a locksmith. Every lock was replaced, front door, back, side garage. I paid cash. When the locksmith handed me those shiny new keys, it felt like true therapy. Next was the purge. I boxed up all her belongings with care: makeup, clothes, shoes, designer bags likely funded by our card. I folded, wrapped, packed. This wasn't rage. It was sanitation, removing a contaminant. I found small artifacts of her deceit, a receipt from a city she'd never mentioned, a bracelet I never gave her. Each discovery sharpened my resolve. I packed up everything: books, decor, even her live, laugh, love signs. All 47 boxes went into the garage. Then I deep cleaned the house, scrubbed it spotless, rearranged the furniture to how I had it before she moved in. By Saturday night, it felt like my house again. Sunday, I called my best friend, Tom. I said, "I need a witness and maybe some help moving boxes." He was there by morning. We moved all 47 boxes to the edge of the driveway, neatly stacked like a monument. On top, I placed a waterproof sleeve with one paper, the highlighted resort charge. Tom took photos. Then we sat in the living room and waited. At 3:15 p.m., Emily returned. Relaxed, sunburnt, and smiling. She tried her key. It didn't work. Confusion turned to panic. Then she saw the boxes. She tore into them, realization crashing down with every box. Makeup, sweaters, shoes. Then she found the credit card statement. She collapsed onto the lawn. My phone rang. I put it on speaker. A guttural scream. Ben, what did you do? I can't get in. Hello, Emily. Did you have a relaxing weekend? My stuff, why is it in the driveway? I had a mental health weekend of my own. I cleaned. I reorganized. I removed all clutter and liars. This is insane. I live here. No, Emily. You stayed here. This is my house. And your stay is over. She screamed about calling the police. I welcomed it. 20 minutes later, they arrived. I showed them my ID, property tax bill. The officer sighed. He'd seen this before. Emily? Just a guest. Not a tenant. I hadn't thrown her out. I'd returned her belongings neatly and safely. An hour later, her father came in a pickup. He looked mortified. They loaded all 47 boxes in silence. Neighbors watched from behind curtains. For months later, pure, undisturbed peace. The neighborhood knew what happened. Emily tried to paint me as the villain, until the receipt came out. You can't play the victim when you've literally paid for the betrayal. Turns out, Greg, the other man, was married. I didn't expose him. That wasn't my job. But karma caught up. Emily? She had to move back in with her parents. No more comfortable lifestyle. No more financial cushion. I sent her a final itemized credit card bill via registered mail, including the $785 she charged for the trip. I stated clearly, pay, or we settle in court. 2 weeks later, I got a check for $1,842. No note. Just a quiet admission of guilt. Sometimes the best therapy isn't talking, it's taking out the trash. If you've ever been betrayed, let this story remind you. Silence can be your loudest revenge. If this story hit you in the feels, like, share, and comment below with what you would have done. And if you love stories of justice served cold, don't forget to subscribe for more. Until next time, protect your peace.